All right, so there's not a whole lot of room to work here, but this is the basic shift cable, or bare shift cable. It has the notches on one side, smooth on the other, and then on the actual transmission side, there's a little detent ball on the shift lever arm. So I need actually both these pieces that I have that came together. So one of them is going to pop on the ball side, which can be this guy, the little plastic guy, and then the other one's going to attach the ball clip to the shift cable. So we're going to jump in and pop that together. All right, got the clip installed. A little bit of a pain because it's new plastic, but it's slotted where you can adjust the length of the cable, and then this collar slides down over that smaller square piece, which is clipped on the transmission side. And that usually is yellow from the factory, so a little bit different being white, but you know, plastic is plastic. So now we can get back up top and play with connectors. Well, I got both my engine transmission connectors disassembled or disconnected, and still have the same symptoms internal. I have dashes and a flashing theft light. So that's no good. So key on, and I get a flashing theft light up here, and then I get dashes down there. So something still is not happy, so keep digging and see what we can find. Well, I did some digging around and found a ground wire down here. Golly, fat hands. I found a ground wire down here for the main harness for the PCM that wasn't connected to anything. So hopefully that's all it was. We'll find out. Hopefully that's all it needs, but I still have the main two connectors removed on the transmission and engine side, but if we get some communication, we should get some numbers now. Doesn't look like it. Well, we'll put the harnesses back on just for S and giggles and see what happens. It's dark over here, but I got my PCM relay swapped out. Got my PCM relay swapped out of the box with a donor relay. And the good news is now I have mileage reported. Mileage comes up. The anti-theft light goes off. My temp gauge is working now. Everything's happy, but unfortunately, well, maybe it will actually start. Earlier it cranked, it didn't start, but maybe it will actually try to start now. Yeah, cranking, no start. So that's a bummer. Figure out why it won't start now, but I'm not hearing the fuel pump come on. I don't really hear the fuel pump whenever I'm turning the key on. So it may be something else that's going on with this truck, but at least we're making progress and one step closer to getting this thing to actually run now. So I'll keep you updated as I go along, and hopefully it's something else relatively easy like a relay, but I doubt that. But I'll be optimistic, so we'll see how it goes. Well, a couple days fiddling with the truck off and on, and we got the PCM relay swapped out, which means we can now talk to the PCM, and the cluster's working again. Downside is still no crank, or crank but no fire. It appears that we have no fuel pressure, so that's kind of sucks. Gonna have to drop the tank, it looks like, and figure out what's going on with that. But there may be one more test I can do to make sure I actually have power back there at the fuel pump, but at the moment nothing's happening. So probably do one more quick test before I drop the tank, just because I really don't want to have to drop the tank, but take it one step at a time. Alright, so check this out. So I got the fuel tank drop down and it's sitting on my creeper so I can roll it out, and the truck's about 4 or 5 inches too low, so I'm actually gonna have to lift the truck up so I can get the tank out from underneath it, and then we'll see what's going on with the inside the tank. Well, that just literally just barely cleared the bottom of my long bar, so got the tank out. Well, not only did we successfully get the first tank out of this truck, I got a donor tank out of the Harley truck. So I can either swap fuel pumps off the top or just install the entire tank, which, assuming that the inside of this tank's not completely rusted out, which I have no reason to believe it is based off of the little bit of gas I spilled earlier, then we should be okay to just drop this tank straight in the Lightning. Since the Harley's getting upgraded fuel to support the big Whipple, this truck was getting a fuel pump out of it anyways, so we're really not even hurting ourselves. I had to drop the tank anyways to do the upgraded fuel, which we're still ordering, waiting on. But like I said, this tank was coming out either way. So the only thing I'm having to do additional is drop the tank out of the Lightning. So I think for simplicity, I'm just going to drop and since I already have it on the creeper, I think I'm just going to slide it right on under the Lightning and get it installed that way. Obviously, I'm dirty. I've been working on 2 different trucks, and they're both 20-ish years old. So yeah, we'll get back to it. We'll get this other tank dropped or put up into the Lightning, and hopefully that means we get this thing started. Well, after doing some more diagnosis, found more bad relays, and we're gonna give it a test shot. It sounded like the fuel pump. Yeah, I can hear the fuel pump coming on. Hey, she's alive. Awesome. We'll top off some fluids, put some coolant in it, and send her home. I did inside the truck, yeah. I didn't do anything outside.
Right?
Yeah. We go right at the light.